Hi everyone, this is Akyam Yagantishwaradu. Welcome to Generative AI Sessions. In this session, I am going to discuss the definition of Generative AI. So what it means, what we are going to do in Generative AI, how it is different from the conventional AI systems. The name generative AI itself, we are able to understand the definition of generative AI. There are two terms in generative AI, that is generative plus artificial intelligence. So what is generative means? Generating a content in different formats. That may be a text, that may be audio, video, or code, or image. Nothing but generating a content in different formats like audio, video, or text by using artificial intelligence is called as generative AI. So there are two terms, generative plus AI. By using artificial intelligence, generating a content in different formats, that is text, image, audio, video, code, etc. is called as generative AI. So how this generative AI is related to artificial intelligence or machine learning or deep learning? If you see, the broader term is called as artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is umbrella for other technologies like machine learning or deep learning or generative AI. So where machine learning is subset of artificial intelligence, deep learning is subset of machine learning, and in deep learning, so generative AI is one of the concept in deep learning. It is transformer based architecture. I will take a separate session to discuss what is transformer, what is encoder, decoder architecture. We'll discuss a separate session on transformer architecture. In deep learning, it is one of the subset of deep learning is generative AI. So what exactly conventional AI systems? Already we discussed machine learning, deep learning in separate sessions, right? What we are doing in conventional AI systems, what is the difference in generative AI? So if you see conventional AI systems like machine learning or deep learning, so which requires input data. So for example, you are doing diabetes prediction. So where I need to provide the corresponding diabetes data to this machine learning model, artificial intelligence system. So where by taking this input data, it will train that data and it will recognize the patterns in the data. So after training this input data, it will perform prediction, that may be a classification or regression or clustering or natural language processing or image processing. So for example, I wanted to classify the diabetes patient, means if I get the input data, I wanted to classify whether the patient is diabetes or not. I wanted to classify whether the patient is having COVID-19 or not. So I wanted to predict the house rent, so based on different features. So these are the some examples where I need input data, which will model will be trained, and then it will perform some classification or regression or image processing or natural language processing. For example, I will provide the input, convert this English sentence to Hindi sentence or Telugu sentence. I will provide some English sentence and I will ask to convert. That is natural language processing. So these are the conventional systems which will require the input data. Model will be trained and then it will predict the future data. Next, generative AI systems. Already I given the basic definition of what is generative AI, right? So which will take input data. So here also input data. So what is that input data is prompt. So I am going to write the prompt. What is prompt in detail? What are the different types of prompts? I will discuss in separate session. So here I'm going to provide that input along with the prompt. Then it will generate a text or image or audio or video or code. Means if I write something, write a Python code to add two numbers, then it will generate the Python code for you. Nothing but, so these generative AI systems will take the input. From that input, it will generate a text or image or audio or video or code. So like for example, I will give my image and I will ask generative AI system to make my photo in front of Taj Mahal. So what it will do means it will frame my sketch in Taj Mahal. I will stand near to Taj Mahal, something like that. It will prepare some image. So like that, these generative AI systems will generate the content in different formats. So that's all for this session. We'll discuss in separate session various important topics in generative AI.